There's something about the glow of a computer in a dim room, that weird sense of calm.
Even when you were being chased by math monsters.
We called them games, but they were assignments dressed up in pixels, flashcards wrapped in fantasy. It's 2009. You're sitting in Miss What's-Her-Name's computer class. You'd heard about schools like this before, but you couldn't believe you were actually in one. A school where you got to use these alien devices. You don't even know how to operate it, at least not until Miss What's-Her-Name describes every step in detail. Today, she says, we're going to play a game. But nothing could have prepared you for what was in store, something fundamental, something planted deep inside you, something that will haunt you for decades to come, and yet so easily forgettable. You were 7, to be fair, so it's not your fault really, but the loss of that memory will eat away at you. Year by year, the thought finds a way to pester you. You're 17 now. You're out for dinner with your high school girlfriend. What was that game? God, I swear it's right on the tip of my tongue. Why can I not remember the game? What? She says, confused. A moment ago, you were talking about what classes you wanted to take next year. She really wants to be on your schedule. She would crawl inside your skin if she could. You should probably run, but you can't focus on her right now because you were just about to remember the game. Then it hits you. You've lost the game, and now you're even more frustrated. You break up with your girlfriend, but you can't break up with that nagging thought. Ogres? Snails? Giant math boss? The Sistine Chapel? Wait, no, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Does it? Oh my god, wait. Play that one again. Nostalgia. A sentimental longing for the past. Memories that too often slip through the cracks of our recollection. Today, I want to take you back. Not to the cafeterias, not the cartoons, not the candy aisles, but to the quiet, in-between places. The ones that shaped us when we weren't looking. To help you reclaim lost memories from your childhood. Timez Attack's unholy assault on unsuspecting children launched in 2004, created by a company then known as Big Brains. Presumably out of shame for psychologically tormenting a generation of children, they were later merged with Imagine Learning and rebranded to Imagine Math Facts. By 2007, Timez Attack was infiltrating hundreds of schools across the country, abusing the barely literate with multiplication, something more horrifying than the ogres the problems displayed themselves on. But worse than that, more terrifying, was the player character. A creature so decrepit, so hunched, so aged, it exposed children to the harsh truth that one day we'd all be ugly, broken down goblins forced to do basic arithmetic over and over again while being screamed at by our ogre bosses, clawing desperately to escape the dungeon of life called Western capitalism. All jokes aside, I remember Time's attack rather fondly. The problems were honestly pretty easy, especially once you got to the part where dice shot out of the walls and contorted into snails like some retro jump scare. Naturally, you punish them for terrifying you by stomping them into the cold, hard ground. With their pleading breasts, they give you the information you want, the only information they have, the answer to the math problem on the door. One screams, says another. They're walking you through it. They don't just want you to know the answer. They're trying to help you understand the fundamentals of multiplication so you can grasp the concept as a whole. You begin to wonder if they even meant to scare you. It's too late now. You've gone too far. No witnesses, you whisper. Yells the last snail as you crush it beneath your heel. In order to continue, you must. As a new, hardened man, you step forward ready to accept your destiny, and you open the gate. You face down the beast that awaits you inside, but it's fine. You've got the answer from your latest snail interrogation. Easy. At least, it's easy at first. Until it isn't. You move forward. Things speed up. The real enemy rears its head. Your memory. Your tiny baby hands are fumbling on the keyboard. You hit the wrong key. Oh no. The ogre, much like my real-life boss, shoots you with a slime projectile for being a stupid, useless member of the company. You get flustered, tilted, rage builds. This beast doesn't know you. He doesn't know what you're capable of. You'll show him. And in your righteous fury, you continue to make the same mistake. Again, and again, and again. Maybe you are just a stupid, useless person after all. Your ogre boss pummels you to death, and before you know it, you're back at the start of the dungeon. Eventually, you're going to run out of companies willing to hire you.
Sorry, I got a little off track.
Edutainment games were kind of a staple in my childhood, and I've unfortunately lost the names of so many of them to time. I couldn't even begin to fabricate a single image of most of them in my mind. Sparse memories randomly come and go, but one game stands out, one that lived everywhere. At school, at home, on my friend's computer, my cousin's laptop, a game called Purble Place. In extreme contrast to the dungeons of Time's attack, Oberon Media's Purble Place takes place in a beautiful city with only 3 buildings, a cake factory, a school, and oh god, how do I describe this? A dressing room? Maybe this city isn't so idyllic after all, but that's not my focus right now. I'm sure some other wonderful people have looked into that. Right now, I want to bake or manufacture a cake. On second thought, I've had enough factory job work for a lifetime. I think I'll try something else, like going back to school, I guess. It definitely beats out going to... That place always creeped me out. Anyway, I'm down for a little studying, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with... Oh god, no. It's memorization problems. I can't remember anything. I don't even remember writing the script that I'm reading from right now. I can't do this, but my only other option is to go to the... You know what? Come on. You're not 10 anymore. I think you can handle a silly little children's game. I'm gonna march right in there, and I'm gonna play this game like no one has ever played it before. You walk into the room and you're God now. Not metaphorically, not symbolically. You are constructing a creature, limb by limb, eye by eye, lash by lash. A being that should not exist. The pupils don't blink. The skin texture is too smooth. The smiles are too wide. You try to give them kindness, but your options are limited to alien horror. You're creating monsters, and the game thanks you for it. But deep down, you know you've created something unholy. You stare at the abomination you've made. You start to wonder what kind of child could enjoy this. Then you realize you did, which means maybe you've always been capable of monstrosity. This is way too much for a child to bear. You know what? I'm pretty content just staring at this lovely horizon instead. This is the best part of the game. No learning, no math, just a lovely skyline. You didn't think much of those games at the time, just ways to pass a class period, just things to click through. But looking back, maybe they were training you to memorize, to repeat, to endure, to survive ogres, to clock in at a cake factory. Time's attack taught you to fight. Purble place taught you to pretend. One made you sweat, the other made you smile. It's strange thinking back. None of it felt important at the time. It was just Tuesday. And then they were gone. And so was your classroom, your friends, your free time. Bills replaced homework. A job replaced school. The monsters didn't go away, they just put on suits. You miss it now. Not the game itself, not the graphics, no. You miss the feeling of being a kid with a login code and a cracked pair of headphones. You miss the simplicity, the stillness. You miss the part of you that used to be okay with just playing. You feel nostalgia, a longing for the lost memories from your childhood.